Cabinet Secretary, I am the most important stakeholder. Who has told you? So as I see the hall is full, if we remove the prejudices and contribute what we want, we shall deliver. And I think with God on our side, we shall definitely deliver. Let me end by saying that the way I was created by God, I only trust Him and nobody else. So when you see me talking very passionately about this system, I have gone to schools. Ignore the prophets of doom who are going to come and tell you that this system has failed. They are real prophets of doom. I want to challenge all of you to go to our primary school classrooms. Please try and go without notice. Are you listening? And tell me what you find there. Because I have sampled many of them across the country. And I'm not the type to be told to go and say this. That one you can forget. And even as late as 2 days ago, in the bush somewhere, I was thoroughly impressed by what our excellent teachers are doing with our children. The child may be wearing a torn shirt or a torn sweater like I used to wear when I was at that age. But the child has a book, the child has an IT item, and they are engaging the teacher in the CBC. So why don't we identify the pitfalls and deal with them? That's why I say leave politics outside the door. I'm not under any circumstances, sir, disregarding how important politics is, but this one, we better just deal with the issues first. Then you will find that really we have no choice. Would you like your child to continue the way the child has been continuing for the last 34 years? Yet the ground has shifted completely. So I wanted to start with that, my dear colleagues, and then I will read what I have to read. It gives me great pleasure this morning to preside over this launch of county dialogues on the quality competency-based education in Kenya. I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to all those of you who have supported this exercise from its inception. In May, I launched the curriculum policy, one of the fundamental documents anchoring the competency-based curriculum. And I promise that we will mount a national conversation on quality education that we want. Today, ladies and gentlemen, there is a simultaneous launch of county dialogues in all the 8 regions of this country. And this is another remarkable milestone that is a testimony to the fact that the government of the Republic of Kenya is fully determined to involve every Kenyan in the curriculum reform process. I hereby restate the ministry's determination to ensure that views of stakeholders are taken on board to guarantee a curriculum that reflects the wishes and aspirations of all Kenyans. This is indeed why we are running these country dialogues on a rallying call captured under the social media, and I quote, #NewsMatter. By so doing, ladies and gentlemen, the ministry assures all Kenyans that the implementation of the CBC will progress with a seamless precision to ensure that our learners get a world-class education. And I want to restate that we shall hear all views and incorporate all those that are taking us in the right direction. The launch of county dialogues today marks yet another phase of stakeholder engagement process. Over the last 4 months, we have held consultations with at least 40 different stakeholders. Only weeks ago, the ministry held fruitful engagement with members of parliament and senate, being representatives of our electorates. The elected leaders gave us incredible feedback on the CBC, which we are factoring into our implementation process, and we shall continue to engage them. We have also met the clergy and a battery of other people, including officials of the Kenya Secondary School Set Association, Kenya Primary School Set Association, CUPET, civil society, development partners, and many others, including the Liberator Coalition. We will keep meeting with more of these stakeholders as we continue, as this is a dynamic process. Ladies and gentlemen, currently, session of paper number 1 is pending before Parliament. And I want once again to ask our variable legislators to dispense with this document as soon as they have time to do so. This is not to say that we require a session of paper in order to continue with what we are doing. A session of paper is never required for a curriculum. In fact, the 844 never had one. And a session of paper is holistic about the whole education process. But it would help us to have this dispensed with, coupled with the curriculum policy, so that we move on without too much noise outside there. In the past 4 months, ladies and gentlemen, officials of the ministry, led by my most humble self, have visited schools in nearly all regions of this country, and we shall continue to do so. Based on the visits, I can confirm, without any fear of contradiction, and before God, my Creator, that CBC is working. I want to invite you once again not to listen to the prophets of doom and to pay a visit to any of the primary schools. As you do so, you will find some of the schools have up to 80 children, like I found at Gajoni Primary School in Mombasa, but they were repellent, and there was one teacher doing the job extremely well. Others will have maybe only 40, others will have 27. So let nobody tell you that, oh, you know, once you have more than 40 children, CBC cannot work. Those people that are telling you that, have they gone there to look at these schools? It is true, and I want to accept on behalf of government that there are challenges with regards to primary school infrastructure, and the government is dealing with it and shall continue to deal with it in an organized and phased manner. To the extent that this year we have over 300 million shillings, which we are going to use to improve this infrastructure as we continue to implement this. With regards to textbooks, again, I have confirmed that textbooks have been delivered for the CBCs up to Standard 3. And our teachers are enjoying the materials supplied. They're not only enjoying them, they're enjoying the teaching. So let nobody outside there tell you that the teachers are incompetent. The teachers I have seen are competent. Even me, I sometimes don't connect with my students the way these teachers connect with the children. Because they teach the children on the blackboard, the children go to the blackboard themselves, they give them tasks, and they move around with them as the children perform the tasks. So, if you are going to oppose something, please go and have a look at it. Don't come and give us rubbish, like when I get reports.
That is Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha live from Nakuru County, launching the county competency-based curriculum quality dialogues across the country. An exercise to be conducted in 7 other counties other than Nakuru County.